everyone, my name is Anthony Harmon and I am your local professional real estate agent in Kansas City. Today I'm going to go through behind the scenes of how I shoot my videos, my setup, my equipment, and what you may need to get started if you're thinking about starting a business and creating content to get that business growing. I hope everyone has had a great week despite the lackluster weather in Kansas City. Today I wanted to give you guys some behind the scene details at what I use to make my videos, how I do them. I believe content is becoming more and more important in the process of starting a business and growing it. And if you're someone thinking about doing the same, I want to explain to you my setup and share with you the process I went through to start my content creation journey for my business. First off, I want to go through the main three categories to making a high quality video, and that would be lighting, sound, and image quality. If I had to rank them, I would go audio as my main priority. And the reason I say that is because people can listen anywhere. It's very modular. So people can listen in their car, while they're working out, while they're doing work at their office, on the computer. You can really absorb audio content about anywhere. You can't quite say the same about video aspects, like the visual aspects, but not to say that it's not important at all. I would just say focusing on high quality audio should be the first step in trying to create high quality content. The most important step to having good audio is controlling your environment. Try and record in a very insulated environment, free from outside noise like cars, just outside neighborhood noise. So I personally film in my basement, and that is because it is very insulated. It's underground, so I don't get a lot of outside road noise, and allows me to really isolate and hone in on my audio quality. So what I use for my audio processing is the Rodecaster Pro. It is a production console that can take up to 4 microphones. It can do all sorts of things like connect to your phone via Bluetooth or USB, so you can have live callers, you can live stream. And essentially it just allows you to process and utilize higher quality microphones and then also output that audio at a high level. So if you want to find out more about this, you can go onto the Rode website and kind of look over and see exactly what it does. And then there's all sorts of tutorials to go over to figure out how to use it. And of course, if you guys have been watching my videos, you see it's sitting in front of my face every time that I record. I use a Rode Pod mic to record my audio as my microphone. It's a great starter microphone. It's very dynamic. So if you're looking to get into a setup like this, I would highly recommend it. And also if you're going to be looking at the Rodecaster Pro for audio recording, they're made to go together, so it sounds really great on the platform. Next is going to be lighting. Lighting is all about being able to control the environment and the intensity, temperature of the lights to match the style that you're looking for. Now, if you're just getting started out, really all you need is a smartphone in the sun and figure out where to position yourself to get a lighting that looks good to you. But whenever you want to take it up to that next level, for me personally, I use GVM brand stand LED lights, and these allow me to control things like temperature, intensity, color, all through my phone, so that way I can get the look that I want and have a setup that looks professional and adds depth. So if you're curious into looking into something similar to what I use this panel style light. It's on GVM's website. You can check it out, look over their products. It offers great flexibility and control over your podcast setup or just your content setup in general, and I would highly recommend them. Really, the most important thing is just making sure that you're in an environment you can control. So making sure if you are trying to film like I am, almost like a studio style setup, that you don't have incoming light from things like windows without blinds or curtains. So if you are in a room with windows, make sure that they have blinds and curtains. That way you can really hone in and control the lighting environment. Lastly is going to be image quality. And a lot of image quality can be made up from the lighting that we just discussed. So if you can control lighting, you can pretty much have good looking video. With today's tech, I mean, all you really need is the latest Android or iPhone, and they're going to have great looking cameras. But if you want to take it up a step, personally I use a Canon EOS R mirrorless camera to record all of my video. And then I capture all of this video on an A10 Mini Pro ISO. As far as camera goes, this is the Canon EOS R that I was referencing. This is the camera that I use. You don't necessarily have to use a camera of this level. This is just something that I did to kind of step it up and try and get into that higher level of content creation. So these are the specs: 30.3 megapixel full frame CMOS sensor, 8-image processor. So you can look over all this. You can go onto their website and find out the information on a camera like this, or spec out one similar. And there's other, great brands. There's Sony, there's Fujifilm, there's all sorts of different brands of cameras that you can go ahead and look into for video capture. The next product that I'm going to go over is the A10 Mini Pro ISO, and this is it right here. I'm just going to show you a snapshot of this because I can make a full video going into what this little board does and the power of it. But today I'm just going to go over a quick overview of essentially what it does. The camera is great, but how do I capture that image without having to do so much post-production work? That's where that A10 Mini Pro ISO that I was showing you just then comes into play. So I plug in an HDMI into my camera and record straight onto that device. So that allows me to not have the handling of SD cards or trying to match up audio and video. So what it does is it's an HDMI recorder that can also record audio. So I run directly from the Rodecaster Pro audio processor into the A10 Mini, and then I run my HDMIs straight in there as well. And then it all records, compresses it into one file, making it much easier to edit afterwards. Like I said, I could go into much detail on how the A10 Mini Pro ISO works and a lot of different features on that product. But for today, just know that it's how I record and export my files to be able to edit them. Now, for edit and render of those pieces of content that I film, I use DaVinci Resolve software. I would also recommend trying Adobe Premiere and Premiere Pro and seeing which one fits you best. Just do some research. Both of them have their advantages in certain areas, so figure out which one complements your content style the best and just get to learning. Now, to get started, I just want to preface this again. You don't need any of this equipment. None of it is necessary. All you need is a smartphone and motivation. That is more than enough to create great content and get started. So just pick a style, do the work, and get your content out there to grow your business. If you would like to see more videos like this, or if you would like me to just go into more detail on things that I touched on today, like specific software tricks, or exactly how to connect these devices from one to the other and how they actually work, then comment down below so you can see my work process and how I create content if that's something that interests you. And as always, be safe, be smart. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.